I remember finally when it had been a few years, I'd been training, and I called him up saying, I think I'm thinking about doing it professionally, and he laughed lots. And he was like, when I told you that you wanted to do this, you were like, no. The first Harry Potter, I know it's a very random example, but I remember that, and I became obsessed with Harry Potter. I used to have the costume, I used to wear the glasses, I had the wand and the book and everything, and I used to go around everywhere.
Do you know the film I remember the most in theaters, like from the Hello Brother?
Oh, it's a very good film.
I used to love that film.
In college, I studied filmmaking. So at that time, I had a very stubborn idea of films. Like, I want to do just artistic films, everything should have a meaning. Why is that camera angle like that? Put the lighting this way, everything should be like metaphors.
I want to do comedy now. Comedy and fantasy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Comedy, I think, can make people laugh.
That we didn't know.
Comedy and comedy.
The industry can be so difficult, right, with opinions and everything. And you can see it in his face that he's bulletproof, you know what I mean? He's weathered the storm. He's had the biggest hit.
Hi guys, this is Himesh and welcome to Pinkvilla. Today we have with us the team of Farrey. Welcome to Pinkvilla, guys. It's lovely having you here.
Thank you.
Excited to be here.
Now, first a common question. How does it feel, after the trailer launch, Salman Khan has launched the trailer, it is getting all the appreciation. What is the feeling right now? 4 weeks before the release? 3 weeks before the release, actually.
Excited.
Excited.
Yeah.
Things are hectic.
Yeah.
Daddy खुश I love it. Daddy खुश
Nervous.
I think
Not about the film.
Yeah.
We're really happy with the film and we really want people to see it. But audience's reaction.
I think the nerves
nervousing.
100% will kick in 23rd night.
Yes.
I think that's when we're going to feel nervous. Right now we feel nothing. There's so much to do right now.
21st because
Iffy.
Iffy. Goa, we're premiering in Goa. 20th night we'll feel
20th
nervous.
night,
It's going to be a bit nervous. Yes.
Now, this is a common question. When did Farrey came to each of you's life?
Farrey came to me when it was the original film Bad Genius. That's when I came on board to Farrey. So I had seen the original film. And that's how I got to know the character and stuff. Although Farrey is very different from Bad Genius. It's a adaptation, not a remake. So it's a different world and it's a different language. But that was my first. That was when I joined.
So
Came actually, I auditioned for this character for the film in March, I guess, around March, April, May.
Yeah.
This year.
Last year. And after the audition, I had to go through multiple auditions and then look test, a meeting with our director, and after
That's when
last
it
year
all started.
Last year.
So for you, when was it when Atul sir and the team came to you?
I think right after Jamtara season 1, I think 2020.
2020.
2020 COVID,
Oh,
Yeah.
Before pre-COVID.
Yeah, then COVID happened.
Yeah, it's a COVID baby actually, Farrey. Yeah.
Then it couldn't work, then I think.
So it kept you, it took 3 years to bring this entire film on.
Beach mein you had to shoot season 2 also.
Season 2 also, then जो Australia का shoot है, we had to wait because of COVID restrictions.
We shot that this year.
This year,
This year,
we actually finished shooting the film earlier this year.
I think the delay helped us, shipping it better.
Okay. For you?
I just finished filming a project last year, and I think about maybe a month after that, Mukesh Chabra had sent us audition. We heard that Farrey was being made.
Yeah.
So I tested for it then, and then I got locked, I think, May.
Immediately.
Immediately.
I was the first one to be locked.
Yeah, I remember I was shooting for Raksha Bandhan, and for the same film Mukesh sir had cast me, and I got the first casting call from his side, and then the second round of auditions happened in the month of March 2022 last year. And then I came to Bombay to meet sir, and that's when
इसलिए सर मुंडवा लिया था, वैसा ऑडिशन दिया था.
हाँ बाल बहुत छोटे थे.
अच्छा, इस फिल्म के लिए ऑडिशन ऐसा किया?
नहीं वो तब छोटे ही थे.
I actually remember seeing his test. His eyes were very strong in that. I remember your screen test. It was really.
I think same day आप दोनों का हुआ था.
नहीं उस दिन कोई और आया था.
नहीं कोई और आया था.
But during the same time you were doing the films.
April, and then we did workshops in the month of June last year.
We heard the stories about workshop at the trailer launch where Salman sir said, "मैं तो कभी इतना नहीं कर पाऊंगा." Given that, what was the workshop? What were the workshops like, and what made it so hectic?
So we used to have different plans every day, and mostly we were working with the script because sir's process is that you need to know the script really well in order to be able to improvise it.
Yeah.
And your characters need to be able to improvise as the characters. You can't just like suddenly break character in the middle of that. So we used to have like 5 or 6 scenes which we did every day, and we would do them again and again and again and again and again. And sometimes we would do half the scene. We wouldn't even finish the whole scene in the workshop.
Exactly, and it got to a point where some days we were just like, why are we doing this so much?
Every morning
but
you
then,
just come,
but then when
sit
we went
there
on
for
floors, we understood sir's method.
Yeah.
It wasn't to necessarily learn the script or anything like that. It was to make the 4 of us gel together.
Also to explore the what magic can happen on set, what other thing which is not in the script, तो वो workshops में बहुत निकल के आता था कि ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, scene को ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं.
Improvisation.
Yes, lot of improvisation.
What's the thought behind so much workshop for you?
For my process, I think I believe in the pre-production. I like to do a really solid pre-production. For shooting, we are shooting.
Yeah.
There's no other discussion happening. We are shooting the film because shooting is a costly process, especially when this kind of project.
Yeah.
And secondly, for dialogue, my thought is dialogue shouldn't be a hindrance for a character, an actor.
Yeah.
A dialogue याद है. Now you ready to improvise and do stuff because repetition, boredom से ना वो फिर creativity आती है.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
That kind of.
Yeah.
And Alizeh, when was it that you decided to become an actor, and who was the first person with whom you shared this?
I always knew I wanted to work in film. Acting was something I wanted to kind of prepare and do a lot of classes and workshops before I actually decided to take the plunge. And I told my best friend actually. She was the first person that I told, and then I told my parents next.
Yeah.
So those were the first people I told my best friend because she actually told me that I feel like you're really getting into this space, and I feel like any day now you're going to tell me you want to act. Zeyn, this is Alia. And she was like, any day now you'll tell me you want to act. And I remember when I told her, she was just like, yeah, I mean, I knew it, So, and then I told my parents after that, once I had decided.
And when was it that you told Salman sir, and how did he react? Because we have seen his Insta post and he's like so much love in it. He's so
he actually, when he used to tell me, I feel like you're going to act, you're going to this, and I used to be like, no, I don't know. I was very shy. I didn't want to, say that I'm an actor until I had actually discovered for myself if I can do it or not. And then I remember finally when it had been a few years, I'd been training, and I called him up saying, I think maybe I'm thinking about doing it professionally. And he laughed lots. And he was like, when I told you that you wanted to do this, you were like, no. For all these years, you were like, no. So it's funny that you're saying yes. So he took it in a great way. And whenever, I remember that laugh of his, very clearly. Yeah, and I'm grateful for how he's kind of made the situation less serious for me. He always makes a joke about it. He always laughs about it. He lightens it up a little bit. So I like that, and I'm grateful for that.
No, this is a common question. Do you all remember the first ever film that you all watched on the big screen, and what was the experience like?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The first film, I
first
watched
ever film you watched.
Bomkesh Bakshi. That was my first film in theatre because I belong from so my hometown is Almora, it's Uttarakhand. We don't have theatre, we didn't have big screens there back then. So when I went to I shifted to somewhere after my 12th. That was my first experience when I saw a big screen, a film, a Hindi film and all. So
And what was the experience when you watched it?
It was amazing. Obviously, I think that's the reason why I'm sitting here today because it just attracted me so much. I could, I was watching the film, but I was seeing my face on every character. So I was like, one day I will be there.
Manifestation.
Yeah.
Alizeh, for you?
It's difficult for me to remember the first movie I watched because I've grown up in the world of movies. So I think one day I just was old enough to realize, okay, I'm watching a movie right now, and that movie was the first Harry Potter. I know it's a very random example, but I remember that, and I became obsessed with Harry Potter. I used to have the costume, I used to wear the glasses, I had the wand and the book and everything, and I used to go around everywhere. And I spent years believing that magic was real. Like I would argue with people saying they actually did this. Like stop saying it's not real. They actually did it. And then I realized the power of movies, you know, they can really just
influence
like transport you to another world, and it's such a special thing, and not every movie can do that also. So that was a big thing for me, I remember.
So for you?
I remember the visuals. I don't remember the name of the film. छोटे बच्चे थे तो 2-2 रुपया लेके हमें पूरा स्कूल को लेके जाते थे. थिएटर में आपको नीचे बिठा देंगे, 2-2 रुपया देना होता था. सांप और नेवले वाला था. And I remember as a small kid, everybody was rooting for that Nevla. He saves that boy in the end who's in a wheelchair, and the snake is about to bite. So I remember there was so much thrill and adventure, and so that visuals I remember. I don't remember the name of the film.
I can't remember the first film I watched in theaters.
No,
but
it's difficult.
I can't remember. But what's really funny, do you know the film I remember the most in theaters, like from the Hello Brother?
Oh, it's a very great film.
I used to love that film.
I think maybe that's one of the earliest movies I watched as well.
I think so. I think Hello Brother was.
Maybe we were together at that.
Who knows?
No, I don't know.
Even I can't remember like which movie I saw first, but
The memory, like, which is there.
But one movie
big
which
screen,
really
right?
impacted me a lot, you know, I realized that, you know, what films can do with your life was 3 Idiots. Rajkumar Hirani.
Yeah.
And it's like, यार एक cinema, एक piece of एक film आप पे कितना impact कर सकती है, you know, it can do something to you, and that was like a trigger point for me कि यार ये it's such a strong medium, cinema, you know. It was great.
Right. So 3 Idiots is basically the one which you remember in that sense.
I remember a lot, but 3 Idiots अभी भी मुझे याद आ रहा है कि मैंने बहुत बार देखी है.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
it's a
that
great
film.
film.
Yeah, it's such a good film.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
You know, as actors, this is a common question again. What are the kind of films that you all want to do, or you see yourself doing in the future, or what is it that has fascinated you all the most?
I want to do everything. But I've studied film, in college I studied filmmaking. So at that time I had a very stubborn idea of films. Like I want to do just artistic films, you know. Everything should have a meaning. Why is that camera angle like that? Put the lighting this way. Make it. Everything should be like metaphors. Like. But after when I shifted to Mumbai, and then I realized cinema is not just about making people, like, getting people confused with your metaphors, or like we were talking about the same on this, like good films can be anything. It can be an artistic film, it can be a commercial film, or it can be a horror film or comedy film. It doesn't, like, good films are just good films. And I want to do everything. Like if I want to dance, I want to do the sari thing also. I want to play a serial killer also. I want to play a ghost as well. I want to do everything. Everything that comes on my way, but it's just that I want to do a good film, which is entertaining, which has meaning, which has a message, which is comedy, everything, every genre.
Alizeh, for you?
Yeah, same. I think it's not about the film, it's about the role. It's what your character is contributing to the film, and what their purpose is in the story. And if that's good for me, that's where the film begins and ends for me. You know, the character is very important. Even if it's a commercial film, even if it's an independent, whatever it is, I have to be able to relate to the character, and it has to be something that is going to challenge me. That's very important. I would take a role that was more difficult over a role that I could do easily anyway. I think every actor kind of seeks that, like, you want it to be difficult, because then you get it's more fruits of your labor. So that's.
So for you as a director, are you fascinated by thrillers?
I want to do comedy now. Comedy and fantasy.
Oh, wow.
Comedy, I think can make people laugh.
That we didn't know, sir.
Comedy and comedy. Yeah.
He don't.
Wow.
Drama हो गया अभी, बहुत हो गया मैंने कर लिया drama. Purely comedy and fantasy.
Dark comedy
fantasy.
or novel?
I love
Fairy one.
fantasy.
That is very comedy.
Situational
Even no
comedy.
entry I like the film.
It's very
I
funny.
love no entry.
Let's make people laugh.
No
No
entry.
Hello Brother, when you say Hello Brother, it's so fun.
Like Hera Pheri, the
can play
advantage
ghost.
is they are not laughing themselves.
Ghost भी हो सकता है.
Yes,
laughing at the
that's
character.
tragedy for two
हाँ,
characters.
वो
Exactly.
बहुत मजा है.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For you, what are the genres?
It's funny because I think before we started auditioning and stuff in Bombay, people used to ask, no, like what kind of films, and you're just like, yeah, I want to do this film and this amazing film and that film. Then you come here and you get humbled a little bit. Right? You don't get to pick and choose our projects, but of course, what Alizeh and Prasanna said, you always just want to do. Look, like what's a good project? Perception's a very funny thing, right?
Yeah.
You might find something amazing, someone else could come watch it and say it's
Not good.
not good.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to be a part of good projects that just satisfy me. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And I'm very blessed that okay, I've only been around for a year here, but I've already been a part of. And this project, Farrey, it's you know when something magical is happening on set and everyone gets along and you're
Yeah.
all working towards
Yeah.
something together. That's kind of the feeling I'm chasing, and I've been blessed to feel that on 2 projects, and I hope going forward every project
Continues.
feels like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And similar for
I
you.
would
Most
agree to
favorite
them.
genre.
Yeah, actually, I would love to be a part of good stories and good filmmakers.
Yeah.
You know, if the intentions are right,
Yeah.
everything
it.
everything
Yeah.
fell into the right place. If the intentions are not right if they are making that project or that film for the sake of making it, it'll not fall right.
yeah.
It'll not be good.
True.
Yeah.
So I want to explore even the characters that I did in the past. I
Yeah.
try to do something new. I try to bring something fresh to the table.
Yeah.
Like Alizeh said that if the role is not challenging in a way, then
it's-
I wouldn't find it interesting. I wouldn't find it any good to do.
True.
So I like to take that as a challenge and go with it.
And last 2 questions. What is the weirdest thing that you guys have done in your school or college days?
Weirdest.
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 Not cheating. I know a lot of people would have asked.
Oh, great. I'm
Yeah.
happy it's not a
Yeah.
Farrey question
Yeah.
or a cheating question.
I
Weirdest.
know about other people who did really weird things in my school.
I'm trying
But I didn't do anything.
Maybe some weirdest thing you experienced.
I don't know, at least when I was in school, like it was like that time, like people were not so woke and stuff, like how they are now, like you can't body shame.
Yeah.
You can't, but when I was in school, like
Oh yeah, we were in a different time.
we were in a
Yeah.
different time, yeah. Like people
a very
would body
different time.
shame you, they would like shame the color of your skin. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty weird. I just think it was
Yeah,
weird
I
back
remember
then.
that.
But I was like, okay, and now imagine if someone said something like that, like the whole school would shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times it was the teachers who were like part
Yeah.
of this and like
Yeah.
contributing to this, and
Yeah.
now like things have changed so
Very
much.
common
So
those
when I
days.
look back and think about all the things that happened before, though, like I think about how weird that is, and
Yeah.
if it had happened now, things would be so different.
Yeah, it would be very different.
Yeah.
I used
मुझे
to
याद आ
have
गया बहुत weird.
हाँ.
स्टैंडर्ड 2 या 3 में तो मेरे ना सब में वो खराब मार्कन से ई आता ना
हाँ.
40 बिलो सब में ई आता है मेरा 30 40 ई बहुत था.
E for excellent नहीं होता है.
नहीं ई वाला रेड. और सामने एक लड़की थी जिसके सब में बी और ए था, तो मैं ना रिपोर्ट कार्ड चुरा के ले आया था उसका. तो याद है.
नाम चेंज करके.
नाम चेंज नहीं किया, मम्मी को मैं डायरेक्टली ऐसे दिखाया, मम्मी तो टीचर है ना, नाम दिखा.
Yeah.
आई फीलिंग वेरी सैड फॉर दैट गर्ल.
Who used to?
मैंने तो रिप्लेस कर दिया ना, मेरा रिपोर्ट कार्ड उसको दे
वो
दिया.
तो लड़की को भी मालूम नहीं था, तो she thought she got all these.
No, but he didn't change the name.
तो सर का अलग साइड.
तो फिर क्या?
उसके सारे में
Next
अच्छे आए थे, बी और ए.
अच्छा.
छोटे थे ना, स्टैंडर्ड 1 स्टैंडर्ड 2.
Yeah.
हम लोग के टाइम पे भी we used to change it with the pen.
Yeah,
Percentage.
I've
ब्लू
done
लिखते
that.
हैं, ये मैंने ई रेड में लिख देते हैं. एवरीथिंग वाज रेड.
I always thought he is for excellent. I don't know. I'm on some other planet only.
A is excellent.
A.
Yeah.
A plus.
A plus.
Yeah, A plus.
I think the weirdest. I used to have a teacher who used to eat my food, and then right
That's
after.
so weird.
And has Laila told you this?
I think so.
I used to have a teacher who used to go around class, like when she used to go, she was like, "Oh, tell mommy, great food." And I used to be like this, what the hell? And then after every ask Laila, my sister, every time the school bell would ring, she would go to the canteen, this teacher, and get like 2-3 popcorns, right? And I don't know why we used to exit school together. I don't remember why, but she used to make my sister hold the popcorns like that. She'd be eating the popcorns, get into her car. It was weird.
She was a foodie.
She was a foodie.
Yeah.
Big foodie.
Well, I don't remember anything weird actually.
Tell about that moment.
Which moment?
You tell
Which moment?
that.
Which?
Hell,
Okay, what was the weirdest thing that happened on set? You can say that.
No. He can't.
No.
What are you talking
Tell about your first crush.
बताया ना मैंने.
But what's the something?
It was
weird
my
must have happened
first
in
तरफा
school.
प्यार.
I don't remember actually.
कुछ तो
नहीं हुआ ऐसा.
प्यार नहीं हुआ किसी से.
मतलब मेरे को
प्यार नहीं हुआ तुझे?
I used to like a girl, but फिर मुझे बाद में पता चला मेरे best friend की girlfriend है.
बाद में
तो
पता
फिर
चला
मेरा दिल
best
टूट
friend
गया.
है.
बेस्ट फ्रेंड है
हाँ.
ये. बताता ही नहीं है गर्लफ्रेंड है.
I don't remember anything like that.
I think that's weird enough. Yeah.
Yeah, very weird. Yeah, then he was not your best
That
friend.
is weird.
Then he was not your
That's
best
weird.
friend. Yeah. You don't remember anything?
I mean, like every day was weird. Every day was weird. Like we would just tease our teachers, our classmates, and they would just throw us out of the class.
Prasanna
Give
used
us
to beat
punish.
people up.
I used to
So,
beat
like,
people.
she's-
Oh yes, like I
I knew she would have
there was
beat
this
someone
girl.
up.
I am not gonna take her name, but yeah, I remember I just pushed her once, and then her mom called my mom, and then my mom. The first time she just ignored. Second time, she was she wanted to sit. I just moved the chair, and she fell on the ground. Then
Prasanna
again
was
she
bully,
called my
yeah.
mom. Her mom called my mom, and she said, "Listen, you work, right? Like you are a working lady." So my mom said, "Yes, that's why your kid is like that." My mom got so angry. She called me. She
that's
gave me a slap, and then she told me, "Listen, मैं तुझे ताइक्वांडो में डाल रही हूँ. जिसको मारना है वहाँ मारना. स्कूल में किसी को नहीं मारना." And then I was like, "Okay, mom, I'll use my energy there." So like my mom really knew how to channelize my energy.
Energy.
To add to that, I have a
So
really
So you
funny
were weird,
story.
basically.
I was weird. Yeah, there were no weird days. I was weird.
I'm not going to give you any context because it's a bit of a spoiler for the film, but there's a scene.
Oh my
There's
god,
a
I
scene
know
what we've
exactly
done.
what you're talking
There's
about.
a scene what we've done. And it's a very, very dramatic scene, right?
Yeah.
And this was not in the script, and we were obviously renting someone's house
It's
for
in
a-
the teaser when I scream.
But you can't see it.
No,
I
no,
don't think
Yeah, I
anybody
don't think
can.
we should spoil
Um,
it. Yeah.
Obviously, we're shooting in a location in a real someone's house, right? And out of anger, in the last scene, we're all in character, and it's a very dramatic moment.
Yeah.
Alizeh and I go off camera, right? And
Yeah.
now the camera is just on her. So Alizeh and I are just waiting for the scene to finish. This girl goes like, "Ah!" And she taekwondo chops a chair.
And that was not a prop.
There wasn't a prop, it was a real chair, and it broke. And Alizeh and I are behind the camera like, what?
And we can't laugh because our mics are on.
Yeah.
The shot is still rolling and we can't laugh and we were dying.
We were dying.
Sahil was laughing from outside.
Vintage था वो.
Fun.
Vintage chair.
बोला नहीं chair. मेरे प्रोडक्शन ने कुर्सी ले ली, glue लगा दी.
No, shooting must be crazy, I'm sure.
Yeah,
With
we had a
all
lot.
that.
Yeah, we had a blast. We had a
Yeah.
blast. Yeah.
And one last thing, Salman sir is associated with the film. I know a lot of people might have asked you about the memories of meeting him for the first time. But he has had a career of 35 years. This is his 35th year.
Wow.
As actors, what is it, and as director, what is it that you learn from his journey through the interactions?
What is it that we learn through his...
From his journey, he has had a 35 years journey. You have interacted with him briefly through the stint. So what is it that you all have learned from him, or you want to, take from his journey?
What I see is like...
yeah.
sorry, go on. No, start.
I would say consistency, hard
Yeah.
work. He kept on moving.
Yeah.
Like he said on the trailer launch that there are films that don't work. There are films that work like anything.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't like hamper you or affect you in a way. So we should keep on learning and keep on moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I really see in him is that like the industry can be so difficult, right, with opinions and everything, and you can see it in his face that he's bulletproof. You know what I mean? He's weathered the storm. He's had the biggest hits. He's had maybe not as big hits as he would want to have, like, and you can just see this is a guy who's been through every part of the industry, and that's why he's a legend, right? And just to see that, it's like you can really see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hard work, basically.
The hard work. You can see
experience,
not only that,
the
experience.
the never give up attitude,
Yeah.
the resilience.
Yeah.
It's you need to be a different breed of human
Right.
to get to that level.
Yeah.
It's one in a billion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really
And still be standing.
and still
And
be
so
standing.
grounded.
Yeah.
and-
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you?
Very giving. I think what you give, it comes back to you.
Exactly.
I think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think giving.
Yeah. Alizeh, for you have grown up with him, so
Yeah, I think what's amazing about him is he's like so young at heart even till today. I mean, like he's just like he has such great energy. He's always like, you know, he's like, even till today, he's so excited about every single film that he does, and he does it with the same passion. And it's very admirable that after such a long career, when you don't even need to really do it anymore, you know, you're still waking up with that same happiness every day. So that's something that I really look up to. Yeah.
I'll just add on to what she said, like the energy factor, because I remember my first day and I was not, like, Sir knows, like, I have mood swings. So I was not in the zone. And then Sir came, he visited us, and then everything changed for me. I was energized, I was feeling like, let's go guys, let's get this done. And that day I gave, I think, the best take.
Yeah, that was a very, very...
So I was very happy.
Yeah. So I think everyone just, the answer flew naturally because each thing connected led to another one. So on that note, thank you so much. It was lovely speaking to you all, and best of luck for the film.
Thank you so much.